Hey, Jason here from Simply Swider. So if your Frigidaire Gallery appliance is throwing error codes like F10, SYF, or F30, don't worry. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to fix these issues. The good news is most of these problems are completely DIY friendly, and I'll show you step by step how to fix them yourself, potentially saving you $200 to $400 in service calls. Before we get started, if you run into any questions, jump into our Facebook group, links in the description. We've got thousands of people helping each other fix their appliances, and I pop in there daily to help out. So the most common issue I see is that SYF error. Sometimes it shows up as just EF or 5YF. This is telling you the evaporator fan circuit has failed, and trust me, it's way more common than you'd think, especially on side-by-side and French door Frigidaires. You'll know this is your problem when you hear loud grinding or humming noises coming from the freezer area. Plus, your fridge isn't cooling properly. Sometimes you'll even see ice build up on the back freezer wall. Here's how we tackle it, and this is super important for safety. Always disconnect power first by either unplugging the unit or flipping the circuit breaker. You'll need a multimeter, basic screwdrivers, and about 30 minutes for this repair. Pull out your freezer drawers and remove that back panel to get to the fan. If you see ice or frost buildup, that's often blocking the fan blades. Unplug the unit for 24 to 48 hours to let everything defrost completely. Once it's thawed, check the wiring harness between the fan and control board. Look for any damaged or loose connections. If the wiring looks good, grab your multimeter and check for 12 volts DC between the red and brown wires going to the fan motor. If you've got power but the fan still won't spin, that motor's shot and needs replacing. The F10 code is actually a safety feature protecting you from a dangerous situation. Your oven is overheating beyond safe limits. This needs immediate attention because it's a genuine fire hazard, so let's get it fixed right now. You'll see F10 on the display, usually with loud, persistent beeping that'll drive you crazy. I had this customer last month whose oven hit F10 during Thanksgiving prep. Talk about bad timing. Here's what's happening. Either your temperature sensor is sending wrong readings, or you've got a stuck relay on the control board that's keeping the heating element on continuously. Start simple, disconnect power for 30 seconds, and see if that clears the code. If it comes back, you'll need to test that oven temperature sensor. Pull out the oven, remove the back panel, and disconnect the wire harness from the sensor. Use your multimeter to check the resistance. You should see around 1100 ohms at room temperature. If the reading's way off, replace the sensor. If the sensor checks good but you're still getting F10, then you're looking at a stuck relay on the electronic oven control board, and that whole board needs replacing. All these codes point to the same root problem. Your temperature sensors aren't working properly. Here's the quick breakdown. F30 on your range means a disconnected temperature probe. On refrigerators, you'll see either OP, meaning sensor disconnected, or SH, meaning sensor shorted out. You'll notice your appliance isn't maintaining proper temperatures, either too hot, too cold, or all over the place. For the F30 on ranges, power down the unit for 30 seconds to reset it. Then test that sensor resistance like I showed you before. Should be around 1100 ohms at room temperature. If it's not matching the RTD chart specs, swap out the sensor probe. Now here's something most people don't know. If the sensor tests good but you're still getting F30, that means the relay board itself is defective. For refrigerator codes, check the sensor wiring harness first, then use your ohmmeter to test the thermistor resistance. Each sensor has its own spec, but if the reading's completely out of range, replace that temperature sensor. These thermistor replacements are actually pretty DIY friendly compared to the oven work. All right, so we're dealing with three main error codes here. SYF, which is a fan circuit failure, F10, which means your oven's overheating, and F30, which is a probe issue. I'm going to walk you through these from most common to least common, starting with the simple fixes and working our way up to the more involved repairs. Each one's got its own personality, so let's dive in. The evaporator fan motor is going to run you anywhere from about 50 to 130, depending on your exact model and where you shop. You can find these at appliance parts stores or online retailers. This repair is absolutely worth doing yourself. The part costs $50 to $130, but a service call would run you $250 to $350. You'll just need to remove the freezer back panel and swap out the motor. No special skills required. The trickiest part is usually dealing with ice buildup, but once you defrost everything, it's pretty straightforward. I'd say this is about a difficulty level 2 out of 5. Most folks can handle it with basic tools. For the oven temperature sensor, you're looking at somewhere between 14 and $55 for the part. These are available at most appliance parts dealers and online. Now here's something to keep in mind. Sometimes the new sensor comes with a different connector than your original, so you might need to cut and splice some wires. Don't let that scare you off though. It's still a pretty manageable repair. Just make sure you match up the wire colors properly and use good electrical connections. Control boards are where things get pricey. These can vary wildly depending on your model, but you're typically looking at the higher end of repair costs. The installation difficulty is about a 3 or 4 out of 5, mainly because you're dealing with multiple wire harnesses and need to be careful not to damage anything. If you're comfortable with electronics and have good troubleshooting skills, it's doable. But if you're not confident, this might be where you call someone like me. Always check if your appliance is still under warranty before buying a control board. These are expensive enough that warranty coverage can save you big time. You can see right there on your screen the most common Frigidaire models that run into these issues. Take a look. You might even spot your own model number up there. Don't worry about memorizing all those numbers, but it's good to know these problems are pretty widespread across the Frigidaire lineup, especially the side-by-side and French door refrigerators for that SYF error. That's how you tackle the most common Frigidaire Gallery error codes. Start with the simple stuff like power resets and checking for ice buildup, then move on to testing sensors with your multimeter. Most of these repairs are totally doable with basic tools and can save you a few $100 in service calls. If this video saved you money, please share it with friends and family who might be dealing with appliance issues. I've got dozens of other repair videos that can help people fix common problems for under $50 instead of paying hundreds for service calls. It sure beats having a repairman come out and spending several hundred for them to fix it when it could be something so simple. If this helped you get your Frigidaire working again, hit that like button and drop a comment below. Let me know which fix worked for you. Really helps other people with the same problem. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. We'll get this out to more folks who need to save some time and money. Thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day.